We are at Taha'a Island Resort and Spa here in Taha'a, French Polynesia.
We've had a fabulous stay, and this is an amazing property. We can't wait to tell you everything you need to know before you book. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max.
I'm Marin.
And we're Voyager Crew. We post weekly videos with travel tips, hotel reviews, and videos from some of our favorite destinations around the world. So if you don't already, consider subscribing. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. It really helps our videos get more exposure so we can produce more videos just like this. So let's jump into our review. Our first category is location.
Location we rate 5 stars, and honestly, there's nothing else to say about it. It is truly spectacular. It might actually be one of the most beautiful places we have ever been.
It seriously is just gorgeous here. You have incredible views of the island of Bora Bora. You're in between the island of Tahaa and the island that Taha'a is located on, with these beautiful motus, small islands that are surrounding you in just crystal blue water.
It's so shallow and is so safe for swimming. You can see nothing but almost a white blue as far as the eye can see.
And the majority of the property is surrounded by really white sand that doesn't have a huge amount of coral in it. But once you go over to the far side of the island, they have an incredible coral garden that everybody from the surrounding area comes to visit. That's where all the tours go, where they have a channel that comes in from the outside of the reef and creates this incredible current that they call a lazy river. It's not exactly a lazy river. I'd say it's an actually pretty intense current, but it basically pulls you through this entire coral garden so you can just float through and look at these incredible fish. Just so much marine life, so much beautiful coral in this small little area. It's one of the best excursions we've ever been on, and it's literally at this hotel. You just walk out there and you can do it as many times as you want.
If you follow our adventures, you know that we love scuba diving, but I honestly don't even know if I recommend it here because that coral garden was spectacular.
From the property, you can even see views of Bora Bora that are just stunning over the coral garden across this picturesque blue water. And another thing that's really cool here is that all of the catamarans in the area anchor right offshore here because it's one of the most beautiful areas to anchor as well. So you have this incredible just juxtaposition between them and the mountains, the catamarans, the huts. Everywhere you look, every direction is just beautiful. Our second category is lobby and check-in.
Lobby and check-in, we rate 4.5 stars. Your check-in experience actually starts in Raiatea at the airport where you're picked up by Taha'a via boat. It was a very smooth experience the moment we stepped off the plane. I don't even think we saw our bags a single time.
It was so easy. They were playing music on the boat, welcoming us, asking everyone what they were there for, and it was just so perfect. Once you get to the lobby, the check-in experience was a little less seamless. They did seem a little bit overwhelmed by the number of couples that they had checking in at the same time, and so things didn't quite go as smoothly as we would have hoped, but once we were out of the lobby and on our way to our rooms, everything was great from that point on.
And I will say, I did love the welcome beverage. It has vanilla in it, and that comes from the local island of Tahaa, and it's one of the flavors they use in everything here, and it was delicious.
Our third category is rooms.
Rooms rate 4 stars. We love the rustic, authentic style here at Taha'a, and today we're in an overwater bungalow, which is one of the premier categories of rooms here.
The rooms are all actually quite large for overwater bungalows. You have a beautiful balcony with expansive views that lowers down to a lower sun deck where you can go swimming, and you have a small ladder above the crystal blue water. On the balcony, they also have a small covered pagoda where they do have some bench seating as well as a table and some chairs, so you have extra seating there. They don't have enough cushions on the outdoor chairs, but the chaise lounges do have cushions, so that is a comfortable area to sit. And of course, the inside of the room is beautiful.
There is a massive picture window that overlooks, in our case, Bora Bora, as well as the little motu and the neighboring island, and that is my favorite feature in this entire room. I do wish the bench also did have a cushion, but there is a nice, almost like a twin bed seated area next to the window that is beautiful and relaxing, and Max took many a naps there. There's also a king bed facing that window and one of those glass holes in the floor. It's done in a very unique way. It's actually built in as part of the bed, so we would lie at night and look down into the window and look at the rays and the sharks underneath. It was a very cool feature. It also does open up, which I think traditionally maybe was for feeding fish. However, they don't recommend doing that, so it is just a really cool picture window. The bathroom is separated by a beautiful sliding door with some carvings on it. There is a freestanding tub, as well as a double vanity, a shower, and a separate toilet room. While the shower isn't a rain shower and it is fairly basic, the tub itself is shaped like a sailboat, and that was a really unique feature of the room. Pearl Resorts does also have their own products in the bathroom bathrooms. At Taha'a, they have a very upscale brand with some vanilla oils, with beautiful shampoos and conditioners that smell like tiare, and it's amazing. They didn't have the same conditioner, which I think might have been a supply issue, but the branded products are really, really nice.
Despite being recently renovated, I think one thing that this room fell a little bit short on was some modern technological amenities such as automatic master switches for the entire room or any type of automatic blinds, which in renovations at this price point of hotel are starting to become a lot more common.
In the room, there is also a complimentary mini bar. They do refill it once a day with 2 Hainanu beers, 2 waters, 2 fruit juices, a Coke, a bag of chips, and a Twix bar. This was a really nice perk to have a little afternoon snack, particularly if you are on something like half board and you don't necessarily want to grab lunch. We do also have an espresso in the room, and they are very generous with the amount of pods that they give you, so we had really enjoyed having coffee in the morning in bed. If you're booking a beach villa, the locations are pretty much the same across the board. Some of them are facing some of the bungalows, and some do face a little bit more out the farther down the island you go. If you are looking at booking an overwater villa, there's essentially 3 categories. There's the standard Taha'a overwater villas, the Bora Bora view, and the sunset view. If you do book with the standard Taha'a overwater bungalow, chances are you are going to be facing more towards other bungalows and people on their decks, so they may be a little bit less private. The most private overwater bungalows are going to be the sunset ones. They face absolutely nothing, not even another island in most cases, so that is something to think about if you are looking for something a bit more private.
It is so secluded. They do have their own really beautiful beach area there as well, and the views of the sunset are just stunning. With that said, it's hard to pinpoint a bad room. Even our room, which is on the Bora Bora side, but it is probably the closest room to the beach and the jetty, is still a very desirable room. We have a beautiful view, beautiful access to the water, and I loved being on this side. Our 4th category is service.
Service we rate 4 stars. In general, French Polynesian people are some of the nicest people we have ever met, and that happens on every trip. We say this. They're just so genuine and authentic.
If you've seen some of our other videos from French Polynesia, you'll know this. It really is incredible how generous and kind the people of French Polynesia are.
The waiters, the service staff are so willing to help and so sweet. They really just want to help you from the bottom of their hearts and not just because it's their job.
From our very first welcome, where they played the ukulele, all the way through all the encounters with our dining staff, the bartenders, and of course that amazing traditional Polynesian show that they put together, which was awesome. We had such a good time. We had so many great service encounters across this property.
This resort is part of the Raiatea Chateau collection, which is a collection of boutique hotels and restaurants around the world. To be part of this collection can be really difficult and involves a lot of requirements, such as service requirements, community requirements, and including a lot of the traditions and local community in your hotel. It at times feels like this hotel ticks the boxes for being part of that collection, but doesn't really go above and beyond.
While we have had so many great staff encounters, it does feel like the staff does lack a little bit of traditional refinement in terms of the service that you would expect from this caliber of hotel. I do think that that comes down to some fairly junior management here, as well as most of the employees being from the local surrounding islands, so they haven't really worked at a lot of different luxury hotels, and so really their only exposure has been this hotel with these experiences and this management. I do think that that is a limiting factor here in terms of the level of service. But with that said, everybody does really try to put their best foot forward and do it with a smile, and it seems like they really enjoy working here. Our 5th category is dining.
Dining, we rate 4.5 stars. We have loved our dining experiences across property, and as a Raiatea Chateau hotel, the dining experiences did not fail to exceed our expectations.
For dinner, there are 2 dining options on property. They do have the main restaurant as well as a gourmet restaurant that you can make reservations to and pay for a prefix menu. It is nice that they at least have 2 separate dining options, because since it is a small island, if you are staying here for a longer period of time, it's nice to have some variety in the cuisine.
There is also a lunch option down at the pool that does serve fresh fish, and on certain days they do offer a grilled special as well. They do also have room service on property, so if you are on a honeymoon and don't plan on leaving your room, you can always order in.
Most of the room rates do also include breakfast. Breakfast is served at that main restaurant, which is such a cool restaurant. It's like in the trees, it's set on the 2nd floor above everything else. Also, you have beautiful views. You have this incredible waterfall that they've built in front of the restaurant. It creates this beautiful sound between that and the wind blowing through the trees and looking out at the ocean. It's just a gorgeous restaurant.
The breakfast buffet was amazing. One of our favorite things about French Polynesia is the French influence in the food. So the croissants and the breads were just outstanding. There is an omelet station. There's fresh fish like poisson cru and other sashimi type fish. There are traditional options like French toasts and crepes. They really have an expansive menu.
And all the fruit on property has been fabulous. They have so many beautiful tropical fruits, juices as well. I think the pineapple juice here here was probably some of the best pineapple juice I've ever had. Another cool thing that they do here on property is that they do have some special nights where they have special events, like the one that they had on Tuesday night with the traditional dancers and the French Polynesian buffet, and the buffet was fabulous.
The buffet was honestly, I think, my favorite meal that we've had here because there was so much fresh fish and I just love tuna. So eating just an entire plate of sashimi was perfect for me.
Keep in mind, if you are booking a half board or a full board package through Costco or another booking platform, some things might not be included, like the buffet or that other restaurant that we mentioned. Those are going to be for an upcharge.
Given that you were on a private resort, I'm sure you've heard that prices in this area of the world are very expensive, and we took full advantage of the happy hours. They do have a generous happy hour every day from 4 to 5:30 at the pool bar, and on Tuesdays from 6 to 9 o'clock in the main restaurant that coincides with the Polynesian theme night. The drinks are half off, so it's buy one, get one free. It's a great deal. If you're looking at booking a half board or full board package and are concerned with the types of wine available or the prices of those glasses of wine and beer and cocktails, don't be too alarmed. The pricing is actually pretty good, and it really does depend on your budget, but the cheapest bottle of wine is around 35 euros, which we find to be really reasonable for this area.
Our sixth category is facilities.
Facilities we rate 4.5 stars. This resort is on a private island, and Coral Garden aside, it really does have a lot of amazing amenities on site.
They do have a free shuttle that runs almost every hour back and forth to the island of Taha'a. So if you do want to visit the island, if you want to go shop at the local pearl market that they have there, visit the local vanilla farm, or do anything else on the island, like even grab a bite to eat, you can take that free shuttle, and it does run until about 5 p.m. After 5 p.m., they only charge about $10 to take that shuttle. It's a really convenient way to actually have access off property.
They do also have a fitness center, they have tennis courts, they have a beautiful pool, and they do have a lot of activities like free paddleboarding and kayaking and free floaties lying around. It's a really nice amenity.
And of course, because they are located so close to this incredible snorkeling destination, snorkels, masks, and fins are also included at the activities center. And if you're interested for an upcharge, they have things like jet skis and other activities available here on property.
Lastly, they do have a spa on property. It is beautiful. It is very small, but it's set on a little lagoon kind of pond-like thing with rooms that face out into the pond, and it is beautiful. They don't have a lot of amenities at the spa, but we've heard that the massages are amazing.
Not as an inclusion in their facilities, but just as a note for some of you kite surfers out there, this is also an awesome place. There is also an amazing wind at certain times of the year, and we were able to kite surf while we were here because we brought our own equipment. We also saw some foil boarders and other people that did similar things, so if you are wind sports enthusiasts like us, it's a good thing to know that that is something that you do have available here. Our seventh and final category is style.
Style we rate 4 stars. The hotel is rustic, it's authentic, and it is beautifully set in this incredible natural island, and we absolutely love it here.
The style has great authenticity for local Polynesian and traditional arts with the thatched roofs, the palm weavings, and just gorgeous wood accents and carvings throughout all of the rooms and across property. They have traditional carvings and tikis and stone and wood throughout the property as well, and just beautiful rustic construction throughout. The style of the room is very traditional Polynesian. They have a lot of beautiful wood accents. The entire room is basically natural wood. They also have small areas of the room where they've inset coral with stone in the bathroom. The entire thing just really ties together well. While it is lacking in a lot of elevated style elements, it does have that traditional and beautiful French Polynesian look to it, and it really has a sense of place.
Overall, we rate this property 4.4 stars. While it's not the highest rating we've ever given, it is honestly one of our favorite properties in the world.
This property is so incredibly gorgeous and has such a picturesque location. Everything from that incredible coral garden to these beautiful blue waters with incredible white sand. Such an amazing island and location that's really just so unique.
It really does feel like you're a million miles away here, and you really could never get sick of the views from the hotel, from your room, and just from the island itself. And while we didn't get to visit the local island this time, we can't wait to come back, explore the local island, and explore everything this area has to offer. So if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up.
And of course, if you don't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're going to many more hotels here in French Polynesia, in Bora Bora and Raiatea as well. And so we'll be posting many more videos coming up on this channel soon. If you're also looking to book a trip to French Polynesia, be sure to go check out our website at voyagerguru.com, where we have full destination guides, useful tips like seasonality, booking information, tours and local culture, and of course, reviews of all the hotels and experiences that we've done on our various trips to French Polynesia.
And if you follow us on Instagram, you would have already seen our entire stay played out through our stories. So if you don't already follow us, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Voyager Guru. And as always, I'm Marin.
And I'm Max.
And we're Voyager Guru. See you out there.